Sup, people? This your boy John Doe. How y'all doing today, man? I'm here with the regular, unusual suspects of the pod, except for Zobi. Zobi is out of town. He on vacation right now. Actually, he down here where I'm at. He down here in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? He went down with the fam to Walt Disney World or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I hope he have a great time. He'll be back next week. But we got C4, Mizzah Tee, Dog Holder, and Screwface. In that same order, go ahead and say your intros, people.
What up, people? He said C4 first, then you go fucking up. What up, people? It's your boy C4. Let's go.
Hey, fools, it's Mizzah Tee. Let's do this.
Yo, what's up? This is Dark Hoodie, aka Mushmouth.
Say hello to the bad guy.
All right. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna start this thing off with TheRadBrad getting screwed over by Sony and their poor security that they got on the PSN network. I think it's a damn shame. And that same order, I want to start off with Mr. C4 and let the people know how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to come back around to me. Go ahead, C4.
I mean, I just think it's kind of crazy, you know, that how easy it is for the PSN to actually be hacked, or for people, and I won't say hacked, but for people to get your personal information or buy stuff with your account. All they need is your first and last name and your birthday. That's pretty ridiculous, you know. Because I remember they was making a big deal about, they said a 5-year-old hacked the Xbox One, but I mean this is pretty easy to get to if you know a person, you know. But that's pretty much all I got to say about it. What do you think about it, T?
Yeah, I think you think after the debacle that happened a couple years ago with the security on what was it, their network before, with the people were taking with the credit card numbers and all this stuff. And of course they they kind of covered that up until they couldn't cover it anymore. You'd figure after that debacle they would have it shored up by now, and to see something like this is still possible is kind of baffling to me. I mean, I don't have too much to say about it. Other than that, I think it's pretty messed up that it's that easy, you know, to hack people's accounts.
Yeah, damn shame. Dog Holder, go on and let me know your thoughts on it, sir.
Well, my thoughts on that, it ain't shit change. You know what I'm saying? It's been like that for PlayStation 3, and it's gonna be just like this PlayStation 4. Just like when they mod the system, and just like they fucking was downloading games for it and everything, it's going to be the same way. They fucking they so-called security bullshit is bullshit.
I tell you one thing, that make me value Xbox Live, because we know it take way more than that to get through an Xbox Live. But go on and let me know how you feel about it, Screw. You doing, Dog Holder? By the way, I kind of cut.
One more thing. Everybody, you get what you pay for.
Yep, that's so
true. You would say that right at the end.
We've been saying that for years.
Yeah, I know. See, like I think like you know, when it was free, you know what I'm saying, that was like, oh, you know, it's cool, it's free, and we don't have to pay for it like Microsoft does. And then they announced that they was going to start charging for it. And then they flipped it to that. Well, we're going to get better service, and we're going to get more things added to it, and all this type of stuff. And it's the same service. Now they just charging you for the same bullshit and still letting people hack into it, steal your information and all that shit. And like Dark Holy said, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, basically, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it make you love what Microsoft does compared. Like, Microsoft always doing like security scans, you know what I'm saying, looking for like fraudulent Xbox and stuff like that. They always updating and improving their system and their security. When I don't personally own a PlayStation. I didn't have a PlayStation 3, so I don't know how they actually go about securing their system or whatever. But just looking at what happens time and time again when it comes down to Sony, they can't be doing too much with security. And all you need is somebody, what? Name, email address, and birthday? What kind of security?
That's all you need.
Man, that is crazy.
That's terrible.
It's crazy.
That is ridiculous. Like, say if I want to get into my own account and I forget my password or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I got to call in. I got to give my security questions. I got to give, like, where I formerly stayed, the old, you know what I'm saying? It's so much stuff that they ask you to give just to access what you had prior. You know what I'm saying? It might seem a little tedious, but at least I know no Tom, Dick, and Harry can get into my account. You know what I'm saying? Without me telling them everything. You feel me? And it made me feel more secure about what I have. You know.
Yeah, but you would think that they would put forth a little bit more effort to make sure that their customers were secure. But I guess that's what you get when you damage control something that shouldn't have happened in the first place during the first
especially
time.
now that they're paying for it, because supposedly that's what they were going to do, was make it better, because it was going to be funded now. And they ain't even putting that money to that. So where the fuck they putting that money to? So indie games?
Pretty much.
Yeah, hold on. That's something else that I wanted to speak about. This is kind of a little off topic, but I think I'll throw it in here since we're talking about like what else we getting. You know something else I found really messed up, or what Microsoft and Sony is pushing this time. Since when did getting betas and demos become like a premium experience? You get what I'm saying? Like they've been pushing, like, yeah, with Xbox Live and PSN, you know what I'm saying? You get demos and betas first and all of this shit. I'm like, this fucking way. You know?
It's a bunch of bootlicking, man. That's all it is. And that's the thing that killed me, because that's something y'all know I'm an Xbox dude, but that's something I always thought was a waste of fucking time at E3 when Microsoft have Call of Duty come out there and they show some bullshit gameplay, and then they talk about you'll be able to get this experience first on the Xbox 360. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that pissed me off last generation with Microsoft, because I look at all the opportunities they missed and all the companies they could have picked up that was out, and they could have had all these new exclusive franchises and shit. But instead, they wasted money on dumb shit like exclusive DLC. Like I've heard they paid $50 million for Grand Theft Auto DLC. You know how many games they could have funded, or what they could have went to with Raresoft or whatever. It's like, y'all really need to quit that bullshit. And I can see now, as Sony always does, they're starting to do that this generation with Destiny. You know what I'm saying? And I know why they're doing it. It's more of a Sony like to take shots. So for them, that's a shot at Microsoft for actually getting a Bungie game on their console. But at the same time, I can see that's going to become their thing this generation, getting first DLC and all of this shit. I think it's a waste of money, and I think it's stupid personally.
Yeah, but it's okay now. You know what I'm saying? Last generation, that wasn't okay, but now it's okay because that's their piece of plastic.
Well, you already know, man. We ain't going to punch no concrete today. You already know about that.
Hold on. What we got next on the agenda? The whole lawsuit.
Yeah, we got the lawsuit for the 1080p, man, which is interesting as hell.
Which is crazy because, you know what I'm saying, I feel it's false advertisement. But if people paid attention to what Sony been doing, this lawsuit wouldn't have been even necessary because Sony been lying for the longest.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I don't feel sorry for none of them, man. If you were stupid enough to go out there and buy a console based on bullshit, you get everything you deserve. I hope every motherfucker that's in this class action lawsuit lose, and hopefully y'all stupid motherfuckers got to pay them $10 a piece. Cause you deserve that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Go ahead, Dog Cola. Dog Cola.
Hey, yo, skip me on this one. It's the kids. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead, Screwface. We're going to get from Screwface. Then Mizzah Tee can come in.
You talking about the lawsuit where they because of Last of Us?
No, because Killzone was 720p multiplayer instead of 1080p like they said.
Oh yeah, man. You know, Sony just be lying to the people, man, and them dudes soak it up because if they fly that flag, you know what I'm saying, and then the shit ain't up to par, they gotta keep flying the flag. You know what I'm saying? They ain't willing to admit the wrongs, and so I don't know, man. I hope they lose it too, man. Just like King said, I hope they don't get none of their money back because they were stupid enough to believe that shit.
Pretty much.
That's really all I got on that, man.
Go ahead, T.
Dumbass ponies.
Well, I mean, for me, I mean, like Doe said, I mean, Sony been lying since they came in. You know, I remember when the PS1 first came out, you rarely saw gameplay in any of those commercials. You always saw like the CG, the CG movie out of the game, and they would never show you gameplay. and I noticed it back then. So, you know, this is you know, a culmination of, you know, people accepting those lies from the jump, and it's kind of funny to me. I mean, it's you know, I ain't got too much more to say about it. It's kind of hilarious.
It makes you like what you like a whole lot easier when you see.
Exactly, but you know that goes back to the place PSN.
Yeah.
You know, if you allow them to tell you something for so long, then you know that's what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna wind up getting bit in the end.
Yeah, you can't be friends with a snake and think you ain't finna get bit the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's their nature. You feel what I'm saying? So,
yep.
And that's exactly what's going on right now. They seeing that Sony nature, and Sony is really about business, that they can give a goddamn about customers. You know? And they is really feeling it right now. But the one is the writing has already been on the wall. You know what I'm saying? It has already been there, but they haven't been taking heed to it, and that goes into what we're talking about next. And that's the Last of Us being, you know what I'm saying, only 30 frames per second.
Locked at 30 frames per second.
And what they say, they trying to make it seem more like the PlayStation 3 experience. Oh goddamn! I don't think nobody wanted to get a PlayStation 4 game that looked like a. Sure, you might well just put the game on the arcade or whatever. You feel me?
Pretty much.
Put the bitch over and put it on the arcade. Why you gotta charge $50 and $60 for a new game? Shoot, just put it on the arcade. If you want the PlayStation 3 experience, just give them the PlayStation 3 version.
My whole thing was, I don't know why you coming out with a remastered game that's running at pretty much the same damn thing as the one they just got like 9-10 months ago. I mean, I thought the whole reason for you remastering it and putting it on the PlayStation 4 was so you can get people 1080p 60 frames per second.
That's what they said. But once
you know, I thought that was the whole reason for remastered games. If you basically giving them the same shit, because we all seen the pictures and we already know the PlayStation 3 version looked damn near better than the PlayStation 4 version. So what is the point?
Yeah. I mean, we've all said in previous podcasts that it was going to be the same game and it wasn't going to be no different. It wasn't going to be worth it, and that's exactly what happened.
But everybody at least thought they was going to get 1080p 60 frames per second. I mean, hey, that was the whole selling point, right?
That they got a next gen experience with an old gen version of a game.
But hey, 30 frames per second ain't a next gen experience if you ask me.
That ain't even a next gen experience. That's the same experience they already experienced.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. That they thought they was getting a next gen experience, but they got a last gen experience is what they got. It's the same shit. They didn't change the storyline. They didn't do nothing. They just it's the same game, man. The same game. The only thing I guess they did, they bump it up to 1080p, but that was it.
That's if it's still at 1080p. It might go down too.
It probably don't. To be honest.
Like I will never understand this. You know, this wanting for, you know, it's the same game. Like I said, it's the same game. Like if you already have it, or if you can, you know, get that game cheaper, like $30 and, you know, $40 cheaper on your system that you already got. I mean, like, why? I don't understand. Like I have like 600 DVDs in my collection. Like that would be like me going out and rebuying all those DVDs I already have that I enjoy, I love already as they are, and going out and getting a Blu-ray. Like, to me, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I already have it. Like, a little visual bump is not going to make the movie better to me. It's already a great movie if I have it. So I never understood that. Like, all my favorite movies that I've seen are like, I'm a film buff. So most of my favorite movies are in black and white even. So, like, for me to care about, it doesn't make any resolution. Like, it doesn't make any. It never made sense to me. Like, and to want to brag about, to brag about it even. I don't understand that as a gamer. That don't move me. So,
common sense ain't so common, my brother.
I guess not.
I think this whole remastering shit need to die in the fucking way. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah, I don't even agree with it anyway. They should make this shit backwards compatible, and then we wouldn't have to worry about it.
I like The Last of Us,
Or
man.
just put that bitch back over into the in the arcade, or put it on the PSN or whatever.
Exactly.
I like The Last of Us, but the one for PlayStation 4 is a piece of it's useless. It looks the same and everything.
Yeah. Like I don't have a problem with like if you want to give me the collection of a series, you know, I don't really have a problem with that as much, you know.
I don't even like the collection because they'll keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll just keep giving them collections or whatever. Sure, they give it backwards compatibility. You can play all your old games. You don't need a collection. You know, the only way I feel it is worth doing if they put in something that's real old. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean like a collection of old. I don't mean like every series. I mean like a collection of an old series. You know, maybe it's a couple generations ago, or you know, that's what I meant. Yeah.
A dude got mad at me when in one, I don't know if it was one of these podcasts. He got mad at me because I said that you know, when we was talking about backwards compatibility then, and he was like, yeah, that's right, we buy new consoles to play old games. And I'm like, it's not even really about buying a new console to play old games. It's just being able to enjoy your old games. Not everybody gets a brand new console and totally disses the last generation. I've never been one of those people. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
go ahead, sorry.
I was just saying, it's like I just think that it's a disservice to your fan base to give us a console that can't do the basic things or play the basic games from last generation. Like I always say, they pushed that goddamn digital distribution last generation, and the shit was useless this generation. That's my whole problem with it. I understand you got to put emulators on there, but what, a $500 console and a $400 console, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been that goddamn difficult to do.
Nah, it wouldn't have been difficult at all. Nintendo does it every time they drop a new console.
Exactly. And their consoles be $200 and $300.
Yeah.
And I'm a dude. I keep all my consoles. Like, yeah, I understand that. You know, to play it on your old, you know, if you got the old console, why don't you just play it on that? But it adds value to your new console, because like when a system first comes out, it's gonna have, you know, a decent launch or maybe even a great launch, but after that it's gonna be barren. Like, you know, you ain't gonna have nothing to play, and it's just convenient to be able to have all your stuff, you know, on one system. Like, you know, I got what I have, 15, 16 different consoles. I'm not gonna keep all the things cooked up at one time, you know, so I can go back and play them. You know, it's just a nice convenience to have, and it's just a nice nod to your consumers, you know, to give them that. You know, it's like, yeah, we understand that, you know, not everybody. Maybe you don't have that other console. Maybe you jumped on the Wii when the Wii U came out, and you can go back and play all these cool games that you never played before. You know,
it's appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep on saying they want the customers to relive what they missed. If you want us to relive what we missed, just give us backwards compatibility and we can play what we missed.
It ain't no money in that. And like I said, I understand business and I get it, but at the same time, it in my opinion, it just makes me feel like you know, it makes me feel like you ripping me off to an extent. And a lot of people always say, well, you can't play cassette players, you can't play cassette tapes in a CD player, or you can't put a VHS tape in a DVD player. But at the same time, you talking about two different mediums. You could play a DVD in a Blu-ray player. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not.
Nobody's saying that you should make a NES game play on a Wii U.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We're talking about stuff that's compatible with each other.
Exactly. And I think that sucks that you can't do
as far
that.
as like moving on, is like me and John play Madden, and we have an online franchise, right? And we play it on the 360 because the game came out on 360 before it came out on the One, obviously. Well, we both got ones, you know what I'm saying? If we could play backwards compatible, we would use our one more, you know what I'm saying? But we still find ourselves, even though we have them, we play on the 360 more now than we play on the One. You know what I'm saying? And if there was backwards compatibility, we could play our old library, like just even the chats. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was on the One and John was on the 360 and we was chatting and we was both playing Madden, the same game. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't. I think everything should be backwards compatible, man, as much as possible.
I totally agree with that, man.
That's crazy, man.
And with the technology we have, it shouldn't be a problem because
we've been
doing it. We've been doing it the last 3 generations. Why all of a sudden now backwards compatibility is a problem?
See, the thing about it is, I don't really think it's a problem. But as long as you got these fanboys out here making excuses for these companies, they're gonna keep on doing it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with not having it. You know, and you can't do that because when you make excuses, they got no reason to do it. You feel me? Because now our voice ain't getting heard, and we ain't standing together as gamers. You know, that's just something that we should naturally have and shouldn't have to ask for. You know, but when you make excuses, they're like, okay, well, they're accepting it. Well, we can keep fucking them over. You get what I'm saying?
And that's the reason why.
More money out of them.
That's the reason why. You know, a lot of us as gamers, and people always say how I spend my money don't affect you, but it do affect me in the long run. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that pissed me off with that. I got into it with this one dude. He was like, you know, you shouldn't be mad at me for buying DLC for this game. I'm like, but I'm mad at you because that shit was supposed to be in the game to begin with. If you didn't support the bullshit, the next one they come out with will probably be complete. But if you continuously support the incomplete games, you are affecting me because every game I buy from here on out is going to be incomplete.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know, but the masses don't want to hear that. They want to continuously make excuses. It's only $2. It's only $5. It's only $3. Now we got DLC packs coming out at $10 and $20 that don't add a damn thing to the game, but a couple weapons.
Hold on, how about that fart pack? You hear me?
Oh,
they putting out for goddamn $2.
First of all, whoever even thought about adding that is stupid anyway, let alone charging people for it.
Fart pack, what's that?
Killzone.
Killzone.
Yeah, they got a DLC pack.
You can stand over the top of them and fart on them.
It got a bunch of different toilet humor taunts in it, and they want you to pay $2 for this shit. I thought that was ridiculous when I read that article.
But you know what? A lot of little kids will take their mom and dad's credit cards that's linked to their account, and they'll go over there and they'll buy that shit.
Man, you got a lot of grown-ass men who will do that shit.
Exactly. I was going to say.
I agree, but I'm just saying, you know, like my son, you know what I'm saying? If my son was to have a PlayStation and play Killzone, he would do that dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, why are you doing that stuff?
You know, it's they forever, because you know they want to teabag people when they saw the teabagging in Halo. You know what I'm saying? So you teabag somebody and farting on them, it's like, okay.
Oh man, I can fart on people now. You know what I'm saying? I can run down and just fart. You know, dude, when did that become the thing? You know, dude, who thought of fucking people over? Just every little thing they doing. You know what I'm saying? To try to get as much money and milkage out of people as possible. You know,
man, that's not nothing new. That shit was happening at the beginning of the time.
They ain't, but no, they ain't.
That's a part of human nature.
Internet bullshit.
That's not just the internet. Before the internet was like this, motherfucker was fucking people over.
Well, what he's saying is like video games, man. Back in the day, you bought a game and it was the game. Now, don't get me wrong. You had some broken ass games on the NES. You had some broken games on the Sega Genesis and so on and so forth. But for the most part, but for the most part, when you got that game, it was complete. Exactly. Now you get a game, even a racing game. It might come out with 150 cars on it. But they got 4 or 5 packs lined up with cars that they took out of the game to sell it to you.
On launch line.
So it's like
pop the bitch in and ask you if you want to download the DLC. Like if this shit's available on launch, why wasn't it already in the game?
It should be in the damn game. If you have it available the day it comes out, that should have been in the damn game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they got a lot of fools who will do it, and you got these press people who will automatically go out there and they will buy the game and a season pass. So, you know, that's the reason why they continuously do it. The season pass ain't nothing but extra money. They say, well, we could have gave you this game that was 100% complete, but we're going to give you this game that's 70% complete, and we're going to come out with 3 DLC packs for $20 each. But guess what? If you buy this season pass for $40, you're going to save $20. When in reality, you ain't saving shit because the whole game was done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I remember the very first game that they got caught doing that shit. EA did it with I want to say it was Need for Speed. What was the second one for the 360?
Well, Hot Pursuit.
I think that was it. I'm not really sure. But the second Need for Speed, they found out that a lot of the cars that they was charging you for was already on the disc. So you was basically paying to
You're
unlock
just
the cars
unlocking it.
instead of instead of doing your races and unlocking the cars. That was the first game that got exposed for that. And then of course Capcom got exposed for locking out fighters. But
Let me play devil's advocate here and put another twist on it. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Okay, I remember back in the day when I was young, my grandma bought me Mortal Kombat for Christmas, right, for the Super Nintendo. And I remember at plain as day, man, it had a price sticker in the corner, man. It was $80. All right. Now, obviously, we know that games don't cost that much retail now. You know what I'm saying? But do you think that the reason they're putting them out incomplete and then adding this shit is because it really used to cost $80 to make these games? Or do you think that they really just trying to rape people? Because back in the day, games cost that much.
Yeah, some games they cost $80, $90.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, remember I talked about.
I don't think the games.
And those games was $80 complete. Now.
Yeah. Hold on, but that's what I'm saying. The games didn't cost that much. You know what I'm saying? If you don't remember, a lot of these third party and people are mad at Nintendo because Nintendo was known for raping people. That's why a lot of people don't like Nintendo to this day. You know what I'm saying? These games didn't cost that much. It was just like Nintendo had the whole gaming industry monopolized, so they could basically do whatever they wanted to do. You get what I'm saying?
They were hitting them with
Yeah,
license.
but that wasn't just Nintendo. All the games.
Yeah, everybody was doing it, but
costing
Nintendo was most egregious for sure.
No, I agree. I'm not taking up for Nintendo. I'm just saying. But like I said, it's a devil advocate twist. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying I agree with the angle that I just brought. I'm just asking that question. I wonder if, you know what I'm saying, maybe these games really cost, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know that these games cost more to make now than they did then.
Yeah, I think what we're saying is that, for as far as those games go, the reason they were so expensive was because these companies were trying to recoup because they were paying the console makers so much. But now, at this point, license fees are at an all-time low, so that's not the problem anymore. So, and yeah, obviously the games are more expensive to make. I think that has more to do with it. But when I look at again, this is one of the reasons why industry hates Nintendo. Nintendo again, they got Super Smash Brothers coming out. It's gonna have close to 50 characters in it. You ain't got to buy no extra characters.
Yeah.
You're gonna have close to 50, if not more than 50 characters already in the game. So the industry looks at that and like, damn, if Nintendo's doing that, we're trying to.
You know what's crazy? This is something that kills me. Right now, people doing DLC. Have you seen the new trend now? Where we doing DLC the right way. You get what I'm saying? Have you seen that shit?
What is the right way?
Yeah,
that's the right way.
Yeah,
in my opinion, ain't nobody doing DLC the right way. And nobody.
To me, DLC should only be like a whole nother level, something that was added to the game, a new experience that wasn't on the disc at all, was not created with the game when it came out. I don't have a problem with that. But when you're adding skins and guns and shit like that should have already been in the game anyway, that's where it gets.
I think DLC can be quote unquote done the right way. I feel like Far Cry 3 did it well with the what was the extra content for Far Cry 3? Blood Dragon. I thought that was excellent. I mean, that was basically a whole new game. I feel like Super Luigi U, that's a whole new game basically. I mean, obviously it uses all the assets from Super Mario U, but it's a whole new game. And I feel like you can do DLC right by not charging for it. Nintendo has a lot of free DLC, like in Sonic. A lot of I think couple of levels that came out for Sonic are free DLC, and Hyrule Warriors are gonna get free DLC, and Pikmin had one, but even the DLC they charged for were completely new, new levels. So you can do it right.
Like when I bought Ninja Gaiden 3 for the Wii U, right?
Yeah.
And when I put it in, I don't know if it's because it's been out a while, you know what I'm saying, and now they're giving it to you for free, or if you used to have to pay for it. But like as soon as you pop that bitch in, it starts downloading all this DLC, like this extra weapons and all this, like automatically as soon as you pop that bitch in, you have to pay for it.
I bought Ninja Gaiden 3 day one, And
Yeah.
all the DLC was always free.
Yeah, that shit shocked me. I was like, wow, man, I just put this bitch in, man. I didn't have to do nothing, and it's already downloading that shit automatically.
Yeah.
That's what's up right there. For real. But to take it back to what you were saying about the when you saw Mortal Kombat for $80 and you was asking, do those games really cost $80? I don't know if y'all remember when I was telling y'all I was reading that article back before the 360 came out, and they were saying how games was going to cost $80 to $100.
Mm-hmm. And everybody threw a fit, and they locked it in.
And they locked it at $59.99.
Yeah.
So it went up. It just went up $10. But honestly, I think they just found the way to actually make them that price, because like I said, you buy a game for $65 and you add a $30, $40 season pass to that, that's $100. Yeah. So they just found the way to where they could say, well, we didn't raise the price of the games, but technically they did, because if you want the full experience,
they're still selling.
You're still paying $100.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you look at the N64. That was one of the most expensive consoles out, not because of the console itself, because a lot of the games were really expensive because of they were still using cartridges, and the chips were expensive, and the memory and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I bought some games on there that were $80. That were $80 plus tax. Yeah. So I remember. So yeah, I mean that had a lot to do with it. It was the medium. Now the medium ain't a problem, and the licensing fees ain't a problem. So they got to come with a new excuse.
Right. They don't have to put it on a cartridge either and pay for the plastic and all that shit.
That's what I mean. Yeah, use it on disc or even digital now. Mm-hmm. Why are digital games the same much as retail games?
Exactly.
Now, come on.
Exactly. Yeah, if I buy some shit online on digital, it should be at least half.
Exactly.
Or $20 off something.
$10 off at least. I mean, and that goes for Nintendo too. Nintendo doing that too.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm just saying it should be cheaper. Period. I'm not paying for anything. I ain't paying for the inserts. I'm not paying for the plastic. I'm not paying for the cover art. I'm not paying for the disc.
And my whole thing is
the whole cost and none of that stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because the whole thing about it is the middleman is gone.
Right.
So what is the point for it? You're not paying. You know, the retailers, they buy those games, so really when you getting that game for $60, you're paying marked up price. They got it for $35 or $30, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I
they
should be
charge
able to
you
pay for what Walmart. I should be able to pay for what Walmart pays for.
Exactly. But I get it. They getting it for that price because they buying them in bulk. However, at the same time, if they could buy them in bulk and they could get it for $35 or $30 and they could sell it for $60, they making their profit. I should be able to get it for at least $40.
At least.
At least.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's one thing I will give to the PC. The PC, Steam and them. They get them their games. They get them those games for $40 and sometimes $50. You know, but I do
get a bunch of them on the house as well. You know what I'm saying?
And that's something I think that they do need to start doing for these consoles. If you're gonna start pushing the digital thing like they did last generation, you need to give us some perks.
Right.
You know okay. Let me give you an example. Like on the 360, right? You know what I'm saying? If you didn't have a gold account, it was still certain games that you can still get and play for free. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like on the Xbox One, everything is under this premium thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, say if it's a free indie on the internet, you know what I'm saying? It's a free indie that you can get on the indie. I feel I shouldn't have to have a gold subscription to download like Warhammer and all of these things. I feel it should be free on my Xbox as well and the PlayStation 4 if I own one. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they announced that about a month ago or 2 months ago. They said that when they announced that they were getting rid of the requirement of gold to use Netflix and Hulu and all of that stuff. They said, but you will still need a gold account in order to play the games that you got for free. You know, so they're kind of pulling the PlayStation Plus with that shit. You know, where if you don't have gold, then those games don't work no more. Yeah. And that's something that I did like and I loved about the 360, because if you didn't have gold, you were still able to play those games. Those games were yours. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and bitch about it, because to be honest with you, I haven't in my entire we're going on 12 years of owning Xbox products. I've never been without gold anyway, so I'm not gonna bitch about it. But I do think that's some bullshit that they go on that route.
I mean, I don't mind the digital thing, but I don't know. I'm kind of like you, King. I'd rather have my physical copies.
Look, I mean, there's a lot of
Because
games.
if I pay for it, it's mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to keep paying Xbox Live to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I chose, like for instance, if I bought 4 or 5 games for $60 a piece, and I decided I didn't want to have Xbox Live anymore, I should still be able to sign into my Xbox One and play those games because I bought them, I own them.
I don't know if that's going to necessarily be for if you buy a retail game. I think that's for the I believe that was just for the games with gold. If you download a games with gold game, if you don't have Xbox Live Gold,
see maybe the games for gold because they are giving them to you for free.
Yeah, I believe that's what it's for. I'm not sure if it's for the for retail bought games. I don't think it work. I don't think that it equate. It goes with that.
Yeah, I don't think it's different. I think because if you notice, you sign a different little contract with those those premium memberships and premium deals. So I'm sure in there it says this ain't yours. You cut this service off, you cut that game off, son.
But since we're talking about Microsoft, I know all of the ponies want to hear us give some more dirt on Microsoft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shall we go into it though?
Yeah. Go ahead and let them know, man. The 1,800 jobs.
Yeah, man. They done cut a whole lot of people, A Microsoft fan base gave Sony a whole lot of shit for shutting down buildings and firing hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people, And the ponies they demanded we talk about this. They talk about the 1,800 people that have been fired from the Nokia branch of Microsoft.
The phone branch.
If we didn't, we were fanboys. We were Xbox.
Yeah, so we gotta be unbiased.
Yeah.
Anyway. No matter what you do. So.
Yeah, man. You win if you do it. Damn if you do it. You damn if you don't. Basically.
But what y'all think about it, man? Anybody go? What y'all think about Microsoft laying off these people, man?
They fucking wrong. They got the money.
Well, no. See, but you got to understand, they're not laying them off for the gaming division or even the internet division. They laying them off from a phone division, which really isn't doing well at all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, if you think about Nokia, do people really think about Nokia when they think about phones now?
Nobody.
It's Samsung and it's Apple.
Apple, yeah.
Think about
You know what I'm
Nokia.
saying?
They had good phones back in the day.
I'm not saying we ain't talking about back in the day. We know what Nokia once was.
Dude, I remember I used to have to have a Nokia phone to play Snake back in the day, man. I had
a Nokia phone up until I got an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? So I've always had a Nokia.
Yeah.
Let me just put this disclaimer out there right quick. I apologize. I messed up. My bad on being a secretary. But it's not 1,800. It's 18,000.
18,000. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Same difference.
That's a lot of people.
They still coming from the phone branch, you know what I'm saying? So before these ponies run around and say, Microsoft fired all these people, they fired all these people, you know what I'm saying? They from the phone branch.
They about to sell the Xbox brand off.
You
know that's coming.
Xbox is for sale.
You know that's coming.
But the thing that really, see, that's not what really worried me out of the news, what I heard. What really worried me is about this Microsoft, you know what I'm saying, cutting support for like the TV functions or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's more of a word to me than this whole phone thing.
Does that mean we ain't going to get this Halo series and all that type of shit?
That's what I'm looking forward to. You feel me?
Well, I think we're still gonna get that. I mean, I think, like I told y'all, I think they just gonna be cutting. I think Microsoft was thinking about pulling a Netflix. I think they was thinking about coming out with some original shows. You know what I'm saying? And everybody keep on saying how it ain't about TV. We want games, and you already know Phil Spencer, man. He ready to get the people what they want, whether you're an Xbox hater or not. He ready to shut you the fuck up and give you no excuse.
That's why
they
called it the one, because they wanted it to be the one thing that you use for all your media.
Mm-hmm. I was looking forward to all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why they wanted to add all that stuff. So.
Yeah, when you got an Xbox product, you used to the perks. You get what I'm saying? And with them taking away stuff like that, we don't want to be like Sony. We don't want to be like Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? I got an Xbox because I wanted an Xbox. You get what I'm saying? I wanted those little things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's what I was telling a friend of mine. He was gonna give me his basically what I was telling him was that when I do get an Xbox One at some point, I'm gonna buy the one with the Kinect because that was the thing that differentiated it to me. That's what made me want to get it. I'm not gonna use that stuff all the time, but and like I said, I feel like that's what gave it its identity. Like I can get third-party games anywhere. I can get. But for me as a gamer, for me anyway, I like to see new stuff. New ways to play and connect with your system and all that. That's what keeps me excited and keeps me playing. So even with the Connectless Xbox Ones that are out there, I'm still gonna go out and get the one with the Kinect. When I do get one. So
I think the biggest problem with the Kinect, man, is that they have yet to release a game that was made for the Kinect that just like immersed yourself into wanting to have that Kinect experience with gaming. You know what I'm saying? It's always been about Xbox Record that or Snap or you know what I'm saying, or like when they released the Kinect for the 360, it was more like trying to be like the Wii, but they never gave you that experience of like, what, man, hey, you know what I'm saying, like where I would call you and say, hey man, you got to go get this Xbox One with this Kinect, man, because this game A that I bought for it, oh man, that shit is tight. You know what I'm saying? There's no game for that, so I think it waters it down. But I agree with you as far as the whole experience. Like that's what it was supposed to be. That's why they made it that way, with the whole being able to snap and speak to your console and all that. So I definitely agree with you on that part.
I mean, yeah, that's it's for you're looking for a killer app for that, for that application, for that hardware.
Yeah.
And they haven't really done that. Obviously you got there's some of the games out there, like what's the dance game?
Dance Revolution or whatever.
Yeah, Dance Central.
Dance Central. That works really well with the Kinect, from what I hear. And but as a gamer, I want like a more quote unquote, I hate to use this term, hardcore, but I like to, I hate using that term.
Like jumping up and down behind your couch and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what you want it to do.
Right. I want it to.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, and they don't really have anything like that. It's for basically niche features that nobody's gonna really care that much about. That's what when I talked about there was Amiibo figures that Nintendo's doing. I feel like I need a game. I need a game that's really gonna make that shine. And for me, it's gonna be cool to use it in Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, it's gonna be cool to use it in Mario Kart and whatnot. But I want a game that you designed that thing around. To really make me get into it. Yeah, people gonna buy it because they want those figurines. People gonna buy it because those figurines.
I'm about two of everything.
Yeah, me too. I'm about two because I want to use one to put up somewhere and one to play and to use.
I'm gonna collect this set exactly.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying though. I want something that says, yeah, this is why we made these amiibos, not just here's a cool feature you can use for this game.
Oh, so you feel they should have came out with the software along with the hardware?
Oh yeah, I said that in my video when I covered the E3. Is that I feel like today I still feel like it needs a game. It needs a Disney Infinity. It needs a Skylanders. To really make it shine. Like I want to see basically a Nintendo World RPG where you can throw those things up there and have your character battle or something cool like that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So
well, they're actually making it, I'm saying, relevant.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they're gonna release it at the same time as Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, I know Nintendo like to keep things close to the vest. I feel like we're gonna see. I said it in the video. I feel like they are gonna release something like that. But you never know. So.
Oh, but I think. Let me get this out right here. Let me get this out right here. But when it come down to the whole Connect thing, with them actually taking it out of the box, now these developers definitely don't have to use it if they want to. So I feel it's really gonna limit what the Connect could have been. If it was gonna be something really great, I think it's really limited.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. As far as the games go, the Connect is dead.
Yeah,
and I don't like that, man, because when they first introduced the Connect, that thing looked like the possibilities was going to be amazing. I don't know if y'all can go back to when they first announced it, but they had a kid who was fighting like some dude on the screen, and you know, then they had the whole thing where you like the boy was playing a skateboarding game and he could scan something and it'll put it on his deck of his skateboard, and you could scan your whole body, and you could you know, just put stuff from real life into the games. And I really wish that if a third party company won't do it, Microsoft need to get on there and start doing stuff like that. You need to show us why the Kinect is important to the Xbox, aside from talking to the console. You need to show us why, you know what I'm saying, it's important to the gaming side of it, like being able to scan shit and put it like for example, say like you got a game like a Saints Row or a WWE game, and you able to scan a real piece of your clothing like a shirt, and you scan it in the game and it puts it on a shirt on your character in the game. Shit like that would be dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? And you can scan your face and it'll turn it into a 3D mode, and you can put that on the character. I mean, the Kinect is a powerful device, and they really need to put it to work.
Yeah, I mean, as a Nintendo fan, like I recognize that a lot of Nintendo fans, especially when the Kinect was being announced and PS Move and all that being announced, a lot of Nintendo fans were hating. They were just like, oh, Microsoft is copying, you know, the motion, trying to get into the motion thing and all that. But I wasn't. I was like, I hope good. I hope they get in, and I hope they do well, because that's the kind of stuff that, like I said, for me, it excites me as a gamer. I want to see new ways to play video games. That keeps me motivated, you know. So I mean,
a lot of people was hating, but they got to give Microsoft props. They got to give Microsoft props for the simple fact that the Wii did astounding. Nobody can deny that. However, at the same time, you had Microsoft and Sony who wasn't doing the motion gaming. Sony, we're gonna go in on them right quick. They went ahead and copied what was already out there.
Basically, yes.
With the wand. You gotta give Microsoft props because they took it a whole different route. Now, it might not have been as successful or as strong as we wanted it to be, but it was at least not a carbon copy of what was already done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They went for a cordless, not a cordless, but you know, you ain't have to hold shit in your hand. Your body was the controller, and that was a great idea. I just wish they would implement it better than what they doing.
Yeah, I mean, even though like you said, the PS Move was a blatant copy, I wasn't even hating on that. I was like, okay, yeah, they're copying, but I was hoping that it caught on. I was hoping because I enjoy that type of gaming. Like I said, I feel like when you offer me a new way to play, that brings me back in. Like I get, you know. For me, I get.
You sound like Zobin with that Cookie Corky shit. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying, like, for me, I've been gaming a long time. I've been video gaming a long time. I get bored playing with the same controller I've been playing with for 15 years. You know, I get bored with that. I want a new way to play. You know, you don't have to completely change gaming to do that. You can still have your controller that you've had for 15 years, but give me something new. Give me something exciting to keep me playing. You know.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think they just took it out. I think by them taking it out of the box, man, they just made it irrelevant again.
Yeah, they killed it.
That's exactly what happened. When
they can't put it back in now.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing with me. I didn't support, like, I don't use the Kinect, see, because I wanted Microsoft to make me want to use the Kinect. You know what I'm saying? Don't force me to use the motherfucker, but make me want to use it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Since it's already in the box, I gotta have it. You get what I'm saying? Now give me a reason to plug that motherfucker up and use it on a regular basis. You feel me?
Right.
They never did that. Instead, they gave up. They gave up.
Yeah, they just took it out.
Yeah.
I want my $100 back.
I agree with you on that, man.
Yeah.
Give me my money.
Give me $100 credit on Xbox Live so I can buy a game or some shit.
That should have been something they announced at E3. Everybody who bought one, especially day one, you know, they should get a credit.
Shoot,
or at least a free game.
Yeah, at least one free game download or something.
Yeah, because everybody who got a day one got the achievement for it. You know what I'm saying? You could just go back and just give out Forza to everybody who put in that achievement. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they could do something like that.
Well, I mean, they got so many. Now, I ain't taking those shots, but they got so many leftover day one editions out there. Somebody who wasn't a day one motherfucker got one.
Hold on.
Let's be honest.
Hold on, think about it like this here though. But they giving Forza out to people with green Xboxes now. You know what I'm saying? So them going back and giving people with day one Forza is really no biggie. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, I think they need to. I think they need to give y'all y'all who went up there day one. They need to give y'all I even say a $60 credit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all could use it towards whatever y'all want, cause not everybody might want Forza. Just give you a $60 credit if you want to buy, you know, $15 Xbox Live games. You want to buy some TV shows or whatever. That should just be y'all money to do whatever y'all want with it.
Yeah, shoot. If you want to extend your Xbox Live, you can just put it down on that. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea too.
That's
Give me
a
a
great
year
idea
free.
right
Yeah, give me a year free Xbox Live or something.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. What we got on the agenda? What's next?
Shit, we done ran through it all. Oh yeah, we got one more. We got Rock Band. They supposed to be Screwface was reading that, so I'm gonna let him go ahead and take that one away.
Nah, well they put out like a little survey and they was asking like what console would the people like to see a new Rock Band game come to? What do they if it does come out, do they want to put it on the last gen consoles or make it a new gen experience?
New gen?
Yeah, or if they or next gen experience, or if like they also put out a little a filler about whether or not you would want them to make all new instruments or make it where the older instruments, like if you still had all your shit, could play the new game, or if you had to go out and buy all new guitars and all that type of shit. I mean, I personally, I love Rock Band. I had all of them. You know what I'm saying? I had the Beatles one too. I played a lot of Guitar Hero and shit. So I know not everybody's into Rock Band, but I enjoyed playing it. But I also got burnt out by it. But I think it's been away for a little while. That maybe it could make a comeback. Maybe it couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It might be a flop. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about that.
Well, I'll go ahead on to get mine because I was an avid Rock Band player, man. I bought all the instruments 1, 2, and 3. So I loved it, but I do think that the whole music game scene kind of burned a lot of people out. So I'm not really sure if people actually wanted on that. But for me myself, I wouldn't mind seeing one. I would hope that they would support the old instruments, you know, for the people who have the drum pads or whatever, unless they come out with some gameplay that's far, you know, different than what we got out there already, which I hope they would do, seeing as it's going to be on next generation consoles. Or the answer to the survey, without actually signing it, I would like it to go to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and Wii U. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would like it to be. Get us some better visuals, maybe even change up the gameplay. But you could still also put in functionality where we could play with the old instruments, because you know, right. I think you should always give people that option for people on a budget or who can't necessarily afford a $200 Rock Band set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I mean, I think like if they was to put out a next gen version, you know what I'm saying, on the next gen consoles, I want to see guitars with like, you know what I'm saying, strings on it. Not necessarily real strings, but like it feels like strings. Or
they got a game like that already.
I know. Yeah, I know. But like, or like a drum set, make that bitch look like a real drum set. You know what I'm saying? I know. I ain't saying it's got to be all shiny and real. It could be a plastic. It could be a plastic version, but actually be a real drum set. Like, because I was always the drummer, so I was always hating on the fact that the drums look shitty compared to how the guitars look. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like really, if you're gonna bring it out and it's gonna be a next gen experience with it, then I mean, go all the way through with it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was saying. You could have 2 different modes to it. You could have a classic mode for the people who prefer the red, blue, green, and all of that stuff, and you can have an advanced mode where it would be like a Rocksmith or that other game that failed where they gave you like a 3/4 real guitar. I forgot the name of it, but it failed horribly. It was a shitty game. But you know, give us a game like that, and it was called Power Gig. That's what that old game was.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know, but just give us different modes, and then you'll find more people flocking to it, and you'll give them a reason to, because is way more different than what we got burnt out on last generation. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come out with it and say, well, I know people not gonna want to play with a real guitar, and I know people not gonna want to play with real drums because it's a party game. But if you give them those two options, you'll find the hardcore musicians falling in love with it, even novice or people who don't know how to play the guitar, because you'll be teaching them how to play it. They'll be getting into it, and I think it'll make it for a great, a great experience.
Look, I'm busy.
Ronald,
mute your mic. Mute your mic. Doggola, mute your mic. There you go.
What do you think about Mizzah Tee?
Yeah, I agree 100%. You definitely can't put it out on last-gen consoles because I hear that from a lot of Rock Band fans, including myself, is that you got burnt out. And so you can't put it out on the consoles that you got burnt out on, You got to put it out on something new to make it feel new. And, for sure, upgrade the peripheral hardware, make it look more snazzy, because it did look kind of toyish, in that last gen. So make it look more, realistic. It don't got to be real. Just make it, make the hardware more realistic. Obviously the visuals be updated, but Rock Band ain't really about the visuals. It's about the music and all that. And I think that's one of the things that burnt me out on it was a lot of that DLC was kind of nickel and dimeish to me. I don't know.
It was. It was. But you got to think about too, like with that type of game, though, they had to pay so much.
Right. I mean, right.
Like you're paying to get these artists to sign off and allow you to use their music and all that type of shit. So I can see where I agree that a lot of it sometimes was really expensive, but at the same time I could kind of somewhat understand why it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the good thing about it was, though, it was one thing that I liked about the music store and everything. If you didn't, they had packs where you can get multiple songs for a certain fee, and they weren't really expensive. They was $1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was very nickel and dimeish, no doubt. But I wish that my whole problem with it was like my favorite playlist was Rock Band 1. I love the music.
But the thing about like a game like Rock Band, you know they can always add new music to it and get that extra dollar. I don't really see nothing wrong with a game like Rock Band actually, adding extra content to it because music come out like every day. But don't give me no old music and then want me to pay like $1. Well,
see, that's what they was doing with it. A lot of the music they was putting on there was old.
The old cats
already beat her.
The reason that happened is because the old cats, maybe wasn't relevant anymore, or was at the end of their road, and they saw that as a way for them to continue to make money and get their music out there. The newer cats was like, man, I don't want my song on there because I don't know if the game is gonna flop or And then I think eventually what happened when we started getting newer, more up to date music put on there is because they saw the success of it and then they wanted a piece of the pie.
Right.
Yeah. So my whole thing was
got burnt out.
My thing was it was like. It was just way too many. I mean, they came out with like 4 Guitar Heroes in 1 year.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem. It didn't
3
get
Rock Bands in 1 year.
Of the game. They got burnt out because they put too many of them out.
Exactly. Was a Lego Rock Band really needed? You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, Green Day and the Beatles, they are what they are, but did they really need one to themselves, or could you just have given us different? Could you given us different character models? You know what I'm saying? And they could have been in that game. That's just my thing.
I'm biased from the Beatles. I think the Beatles maybe deserves their own, but
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think no matter how good, like I'm a fan of the Beatles as well, but like no matter how good a band is, it's rare that you want to play every song in the album. That's to me that's kind of rare. So. Yeah, give me a greatest hits, but don't give me like one album.
My only problem with the Beatles was that it wasn't compatible with the other games. It had to be its own game on the side. I would have been cool with them releasing the instruments that looked like the instruments they played and put the whole catalog. And see, that was another thing that King I think he was going to say earlier was like, the Rock Band 1 games didn't carry over or the music didn't carry over to 2, or the 2 didn't carry over to the 3. So like. Right. If you wanted to play the music that was on 1, you had to go put in Rock Band 1. If you wanted to put, it didn't roll.
Well, they did allow you to play the music from Rock Band 1 on Rock Band 2. You had to pay $5, which wasn't bad because I understand they still had to pay for the licensing for the music in 1. So I understood that. but you couldn't play the music from Rock Band 1 and Rock Band 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like but Rock Band 3 was the better Rock Band. It was the best one to date.
Yeah.
It's hard to hold that against them again because, man, these record
I
companies.
can't believe it's this many people in this damn call who played Rock Band. I ain't never played that.
I love it.
I play every last one of them. It still got me.
Hell yeah, that's a fun game.
This one is a really fun party game, especially when you get nice and roasted.
I got all the Guitar Heroes. I got Rock Band Views. I got all that shit.
Yeah.
It was a good franchise, but they just, you know, it was like the Tony Hawk franchise, you know. They milked it till people was like, I'm sick of this shit. I don't even want no more. You know? Because I miss Tony Hawk, man. That's a franchise I miss too. Yeah. But they milked it so much.
Forget like that about Madden and Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying?
But no, I'm gonna tell you what they're about to get. They're about to get like that with
Call of Duty, though.
Oh, everybody been like that with Call of Duty, but they about to get like that with Assassin's Creed. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah,
they about to fuck that franchise up because what these people fail to do. It's like movies. It's like how many paranormal activities are y'all motherfuckers gonna come out with?
True,
how many Sauls are y'all gonna come out with? It's like they get a good thing and they don't know how to let the people want it. Yeah. They just continuously keep on giving it to you.
The final destination.
Yeah, it's like
Final Destination 25 or some shit.
Yeah, and that's what they do with these games. It's like they get a hit. Yeah, it's like they get a hit and they just don't know how to. They don't know how to make you. Gamers don't want anything anymore, and the things we do want, they don't even give us no more. You know what I'm saying? People been asking for Mega Mans and other franchises for the longest. They won't give us that, but they're continuously give us the same old milk bullshit we've been getting year after year after year, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, that's how they actually kill. Like, it's really like no iconic franchises because once they find a good franchise, they just keep putting out the same game over and over. Because basically, that's all they're doing. It's just putting out the same game. It's not getting more innovative because you're putting it out year in and year out. So I
hate to sound like a broken record, but I don't see how games like Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty become yearly released games. I really don't see how you do that with a franchise like that.
It's the wrong franchise.
Yeah, I mean, like sports games, in my opinion, I know why you do that because every year the roster change, people get traded to different teams, new people come in. So I get that, but personally, I
don't even agree with that.
I was ready to say I got something they need to, in my opinion, with that they need to come out with. I don't even really think they should do that, but I mean, if you want people to support you and you can still make money, come out with $20 roster updates every year.
Exactly.
That's what I think they should do.
Yeah, make a fly-ass game, you know what I'm saying? Make a real good game, and then just do the roster update for 3 or 4 seasons, and then put out a new game when the technology catches up.
Exactly, and then 2K and EA could work on. I mean, I know they got different people within the company working on these games, but they could actually work on new and innovative IPs without sinking in hundreds of millions or millions of dollars into the same old regurgitated project every single year.
Yeah, and then how many times do you have to stare in a player's face?
Well, I don't feel it would be like roster updates because I don't feel they should do roster updates. I feel like they should put more uniforms in the game, you know what I'm saying? And put like the features that they be adding every year in and year out. Since it's a digital game, they can literally go in there and change stuff to the game because it's digital. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I mean. I don't necessarily mean just if you got like bugs or something you want to improve in the game, then by all means,
or
you can
new play styles.
Yeah, if you can add that stuff in for $20, you know what I'm saying. But what they need to do, what they also need to do is they need to allow, like I don't know if y'all remember No Mercy on the 64. But allow for us to be able to, since we able to edit characters and edit their stuff. Let us give them facial hair. Let us give them haircuts. So if they like a Cole who had a short cut when he first came, if he grow a Philly, well no, he ain't had no shortcut. They fucked his character model up. But but if if a person decide they want to grow a Philly or grow some braids, we should be able to just get them that in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then for $20 we get the if the Bulls start wearing a red, black, and yellow uniform next week, we should be able to. They should just put that on there in the $20 pack, and we good. You know what I'm saying?
But they ain't gonna do that because they want to do their annual thing and get as much money out of their consumers every fucking year, man.
Oh yeah, I know that because the people gonna buy it.
Right, they're making too much money doing what they're doing.
That's why we gotta speak with our pockets, people.
Yeah.
We got to get tired of it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? How long is it gonna be before we get tired of it?
But the funny thing about it is, people make the biggest stink over the dumbest things. Where are all of these people who was complaining about Microsoft's policies and shit? Where they at when it come to shit like this? I don't hear them complaining about none of this stuff.
None of it.
Oh, they could complain about EA as a whole, that is a shitty ass company, but they don't complain about the little stuff like how they milking the hell out of our ass. That is true.
They don't complain about this
petitions
shit that affects us.
Yeah, they're not nuanced. They like to yell, but they don't want to yell in a nuanced and a coordinated way when it comes to specific things like this, for example. So, gamers, that's how we get down sometimes.
Yeah, all bark and no bite. But y'all ready to move on to the world news?
Oh yeah. Go ahead and move on.
Y'all can talk about the guy from New York. I saw a clip of it, but y'all probably know a little more about it than me. They got killed by the cops.
Seems like that happened every week. But
well, yeah. Well, they done both muted their microphones, so they the ones I was going to for. But the guy who got choked out by the cops with asthma.
Oh, you talking about that dude, Eric Grinder? Yeah, the dude from New York. All because he broke up a fight. I felt that was sad, man. I felt that real uncalled for right there, man. They choked that man out, and you can see they harassing him. But this thing go on and on. Like I think you said something about it. They killed the Mexican about the same thing. You know what I'm saying? A while ago. So it's bad because the cops are seeming more like a militia. You know, like Mr. T was saying earlier. You know. And it's not like they protecting the servant anymore. You know, it's more like they trying to put fear. Yeah, they trying to put fear in our hearts now.
They protecting the servant, but they're protecting themselves and serving themselves. That's the problem. They don't seem to realize that that quote on the side of their cars is for the people. It's supposed to be protecting and serving us. So, like I was saying earlier before we got on, is that these police, they're getting more and more militarized, and you see them with the gear. They're getting rocket launchers now. They're getting tanks, and I mean it's getting out of hand.
Yeah, they're like their own version of the military.
And the thing is that the problem doesn't serve the means. Like basically, crime is at a 30-year low. If you look at the crime rates, rate is at a 30-year low. But yet these dudes are getting, they're getting
worse and worse.
Militarized. They're getting worse and worse with their tactics and how they're doing the public.
And then a lot of people always say, I don't understand minorities' problems with police officers. I remember I was watching a video where this news reporter was talking about he was generalizing black men on how they have a disdain for police officers and all of this stuff. But they don't understand that it's because of situations like this. Now you have a man who was breaking up a fight. The cops come up to him and harass him and everything, take him down to the ground and choke him. And you can blatantly hear the man saying, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe."
Exactly.
And they choked this man to the point where he died. And that's what I was telling y'all about the Hispanic man. His wife and his daughter got into an argument.
Gardner, by the way, his name Eric Gardner.
Okay, yeah. His wife and his daughter got into an argument. His wife got mad and chose to leave. They called the police because those two got into an argument. He go to chase his wife to get her to come back because they was at the movie theaters. And the cops come and they ask him, "Let me see your ID. Let me see your ID." They don't even know who this dude is or if he even a part of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he was going to get his wife because she was crying, and they said, "Let me see your ID" and all of this stuff. And he would say, "Hold up." He wanted to catch his wife before she left. They tackled him to the ground, beat him. I mean, they were on top of him, just beating him. You know what I'm saying? His wife was recording and crying, and they killed that man right in front of her and his daughter. And it's like, then you wonder why minorities, Hispanics, and blacks hate the cops. It's because of shit like this.
Dude, that ain't even the worst case. The worst case that I've seen is when they when they was beating that lady up on the ground. You know what I'm saying? This cop. Yeah. you know what I'm saying, brutally beat the lady up in the middle of the street, you know what I'm saying, just pounding her face in like she was a man or like she was resisting. I'm like, for real? This is what they letting them do now?
Not only was she a lady, she was a grandmother. She was an old lady.
Yeah, that's terrible, man.
It's just, and there's no reasoning, there's no justification for this guy mounting this woman who he already had subdued. He had her subdued already.
Yeah.
Pounding her in the face on the pavement. There's no reason for an investigation. We have the video. No investigation necessary. This dude should be in prison.
Yeah, he should.
But you know how it go. They got the power and they support each other. You know what I'm saying? Just like when judges and police officers' kids do shit. You know, they find a way to lock your ass up with the quickness if you do something wrong. But let it be one of their kids or them, and they get off scot-free or damn near scot-free. They get leave with pay, or you know what I'm saying? It's like.
And speaking of the targeting, I could be wrong about this because I heard this through another person. I didn't really check this for myself yet. I heard that a law passed. I don't know if it was Opelika, Florida. Basically, the saggy, basically Miami. The saggy, basically, it's like a saggy pants law. You can't have your pants low. You can get prison time. You get jail time for that now.
I heard they got that over there in Orlando too. You know?
Yeah, I heard it was in Orlando too. Yes,
yeah, it was in Orlando already.
That's a real thing then.
Yeah.
Like, and who you think that's targeting? I mean, come on.
Well, hold on. To be honest with you, it's targeting.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of non-Hispanics, a lot of non-blacks do wear their pants that way. I mean, it's part of the culture. It's part of the hip hop culture now, and I understand that. But
they don't even wear them like we wore them though. Like back then, ours was baggy. They wearing skinny pants, tight as hell. Yeah, they still saggy because they're so damn tight. They can't get them over their ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be honest with you though, I got absolutely no problem with that law.
I really don't have no problem with that law.
I ain't got no problem with it.
Even though it's wrong for who they targeting, I don't have a problem with that because them dudes be looking stupid anyway.
Okay, hold on now. This is part of the police state mentality. You're telling me you don't have a problem with people, anybody? I'm not just talking about blacks or Hispanics. Anybody being locked up for
I don't think
they don't lock you up. You get I think you get like $100
citation. Yeah, you get a citation.
You get a citation. Okay,
you don't get locked up
for it. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right, Mr. T. I'm just saying I don't have a problem with it at the same time.
So, okay. Look,
but the thing about it is, if you let something like that pass, next thing you know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they gonna say, well, you can't have nappy hair. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Remember when the NBA banned white T-shirts?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where is it gonna stop? To me, like for me, I don't wear my pants, below my ass. So there was a time when I did that when I was a little younger. But I don't do that no more. But I don't think that's constitutional.
No, it's not. It's not.
Especially when you have, because women, can go to the beach in a thong, and that's okay. Yeah. So are we going to designate areas where you can have your ass showing? I mean, what is this?
Hey, when you speak about that, have you heard about these women that's going outside with no shirts on now?
Oh, man, no. Where
they at?
That's not the, man, you don't want to see these studs walk around with those.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are the
studs, man. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They want to do what the men doing, man.
But at the same time though, they get fined for that too. It's not them telling you, in my opinion, this is my opinion on the situation. I don't think that it's them telling you how to dress or how to wear your clothes. It's just about indecent exposure. That's what it's about.
I know. I think they're hiding behind that.
Yeah,
I think they're hiding behind
a
decent exposure.
It could be, but at the same time, though, I see a lot of people, man. I was chilling in my car waiting for my mother one time, and this boy walked into the store. He had on some skinny jeans and a little shirt and everything. He had his drawers on. He came out the store, and his shirt was covering up his drawers. You know, this motherfucker hiked his shirt up so you could see his ass, and then went walking on. I don't point.
But you know what I'm saying?
I feel like if your bare ass is showing, that's one thing. Yeah. But they are underwear. Some people wear underwear outside their clothes.
Like Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, as long as I don't see your bare ass, I don't really have that much of a problem with it. I don't think you should get a citation
The thing is, that's that gay shit, man. That's a gay symbol with fucking gel.
Well, we know that, but we ain't really talking about what it is.
That?
You know what I'm saying?
No,
We just talking about
I'm happy he got the law.
like your freedom. You should be able to dress how you want to dress. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest with you, I support that law. You want to wear your pants saggy?
Like, yeah, if you go into a building,
yeah, I support it too. That's just me.
I don't support that shit.
I support that shit.
Because
you're walking around in public on the street, somebody should be able to stop you and because they're gonna run you. They ain't just gonna stop you to give you a citation. They gonna run your background. They're gonna do a background check.
Nobody wants to see no shit.
Like I said, that is a.
It's almost like it was created so that they could actually run your shit more.
Man,
exactly.
Like stop and frisk. To me, it's like stop and frisk was going on in New York. So. That's just an excuse for them to.
I think it's the way to teach. I think it's a way personally to teach these little ignorant motherfuckers how to be presentable in public. That's what I think is. I'm looking at it like that. Now, if they try to take it,
I see it.
I don't even think you can't even go around saying like. I think you took it to an extreme when you said you can't have kinky hair. I mean, some things is just like some things like you know it ain't gonna go that far because it can't go that far. But I mean,
why can't it?
Because black people naturally got kinky hair, so you can't say no shit like that. You know it ain't gonna never go that far.
But still, why walking around with your pants sagging off your ass and you got a fucking belt on? What type of shit is that? That's what the belt is for.
No, that's not what I'm saying though. But that was a little extreme though, dog. You know what I'm saying, King Red? I did go a little extreme with that. Yeah. But I'm just saying that's like when okay, like they put out a law in Tampa. Well, it might have been just more in Tampa. Well, you had to have bicycle lights or whatever. But the only reason why they put out this law so they can stop you and get your ID. You get what I'm saying? That was the whole reason why they did this shit. You know what I'm saying? So they just run around just fucking with people, huh?
Because I want to tell a personal story. Because when I was living in Tampa myself, I had a roommate. My roommate was white. My boy, he's my boy strong. We've been friends 20 years now. And he was white. I was black. Obviously, and we basically traveled the same amount, the same distance to work. Back then, I was working at what was it, U-Save grocery store. I don't know if you know what that is, though.
Come on, man.
Okay, you know what it is. And he was working at Publix, and he would ride his bike to work. I rode my bike. That was back when I first started college. I used to ride my bike to school, to work, and then back home. And he would ride to work and back home. And I kid you not, I got stopped 15 times on my bike, and he never got stopped.
Yeah.
So.
And they took your ID every time.
They took my ID every time. I never got a ticket. I never got any citations or anything.
Yeah. Same thing happened to me, dog. Same thing happened to me, dog. Every time I used to get on the bicycle, like it was like you was scared to ride a bicycle at night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or say I'm riding a bicycle, I see a car coming off, I get off and I start walking it. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't want to get stopped by the cops. No, that's how bad it was.
Oh, wait. You're not talking about bicycle 2 wheels or a motorcycle bike?
Oh, 2-wheel bicycles.
You don't have a bike license? You have to get a license to ride a fucking bike there?
Lights, you know what I'm saying? You have to get lights for your bicycle to ride.
Oh well, I mean that ain't nothing too bad. That equates to what they do with seatbelts. I mean they doing it for your safety. I personally don't believe they need to pull you.
My point was that I got stopped while my roommate never got stopped.
Oh, I get you now. I was saying though, but he brought up the bike light thing. My personal opinion, I don't think you should get pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt. If I get into an accident and fuck myself up, that should be my business. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying?
They be hiding their agenda behind real stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Their agenda it's supposed to be for safety, but at the same time they using the safety to do what they really want to do. It's the same thing with the sagging the pants. You know what I'm saying? I agree that dudes shouldn't be walking around like that, but at the same time, they using that so they could go and talk to them. Yeah, so they can run their license, so they can run their record. You know what I'm saying?
And if you're a bad guy, you probably got your pants sagging.
Exactly.
You know, so.
Yeah, you're a gangbanger or you're affiliated with selling drugs or something.
Exactly. That's what that's
so
about.
You got your pants low.
They don't care about what you look like.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Most of the motherfuckers I see with they pants sagging, they a piece of shit anyway. So. I don't even care.
I can't say nothing about it because I used to be one of them fools. You know, that was when you're young. When you're young, you do what everybody else is doing.
I'm not saying all of them are. I'm just saying the people I've come in contact with who were sagging wasn't about shit or wasn't worth shit. So that's all I'm saying. But
if you got dreads and braids with it, oh boy, you in trouble.
Mm-hmm. But I guess we're going to the last topic, which was that missing plane from Malaysia everybody was looking for has finally been found earlier this week. It was shot down by a rebel group in Ukraine, in the Ukraines. What y'all think about that, man? Anybody?
Well, I think we said World War III coming.
Yep. Well, you know, Russia. See, and did you ever think about it? They could have shot it down, like, because it wasn't actual Russia. I think it was a militia group in Russia who did it. Like, they could have just been doing it to actually get something started. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's a whole bunch of different reasons why it could have happened. That for a reason, it could have been like a scientist on the plane, you know. Or they could have been doing something that they didn't want people to know that they were doing back there, you know, so they shot it down. It's a whole bunch of different reasons.
Well, it was one assumption that I read an article where they were saying that they believe it was at least 100 AIDS researchers on that plane that went missing.
Oh, really?
So yeah, that was what some people was running a news article about, saying it was at least 100 to 128 AIDS researchers that was on there. So maybe those AIDS researchers knew something that we didn't know, or had something that we were supposed to be getting. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they took that motherfucker down, because we all know it ain't no money in the cure. Exactly. Yeah. We all know that. So
yeah, I mean, how many? What was the last day? Chris Rock said it best. What's the last thing we actually cured? Polio?
They ain't curing no damn diseases. Too much. There's too much money in it. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no money in the cure. The money's in the medicine.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why when I get sick, I don't take none of that bullshit. No cough. All you gotta do, you can take all the medicine you want. That virus ain't leaving your body till it's ran its course. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit ain't nothing but poison.
That's all you're doing is softening the blow. It's still gonna be there, you know. Exactly. I let my immune system handle it. That's what I usually do myself.
Yeah, and it strengthens your immune system as well. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you never get taken down by the same virus twice anyway, because your body becomes immune to it. That's the reason why when they give you them flu shots, they give you some of the flu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once you get you never get a cold or from the same exact virus anyway. So you could take all the medicines you want. It's gonna come back to you eventually.
And from what I've heard, I was watching some kind of show, medical show. They were talking about antibiotics and how they're a detriment because they're basically softening your antibodies. It's the stuff that naturally cures you, that basically your immune system basically lets you fight off this stuff yourself. But if you're taking all these antibodies, you know, you're messing with nature at that point. And that, like you said, the virus or the disease won't naturally run its course. And when something comes along and hits your ass, it gonna hit you really hard because your body isn't, it wasn't set up to be ready to deal with it, to handle it when it hits you. Because you've been taking all these antibodies, you've been softening yourself up. So, you gotta be careful about that stuff.
They'll never warn people about this stuff because, like you said, there's too much money out there in the medicines.
The same reason why when we were having that conversation the other day about natural gases and stuff, shoot, it's too much money. It's too much money in oil.
Yeah. Too much money.
Well, I just hope that this shit isn't like something that our government, had a hand in just so they can go to war with Russia or some type of shit like that. Because you already know we start a lot of wars for shit that we find out later wasn't even accurate.
Well, if it ever do go that way, we'll never know the truth. Yeah. So it really don't matter.
Well, like when we went to Iraq, weapons of mass destruction, they never found that shit.
I mean, now everybody. Now they're
saying that Ukraine shot it down or whatever with Russian military arsenal. So, you know what I'm saying? Now they're saying that Russia had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But maybe Russia didn't. Because like they said, it was a militant group that did it. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't mean that the government for Russia was behind it.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to do with us, because I think at least our government understands that we're war weary. Like, we don't. It's gonna take a 9/11 type event to get us to go back to war with somebody, anytime soon. It ain't gonna, you can't shoot a Malaysian plane down. Shooting a Malaysian plane down ain't gonna get us to go to war with Russia. That just ain't gonna work. Like, our public, our public sentiments on that is we don't want to go to war right now.
That's their business. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's how we feel. That's how we feel here for sure.
But
So
you already know.
That's how we feel, but that's not how our government feels. Because not only does our government like to take care of all of us, they like to take care of everybody else's bullshit.
And they don't like to take care of us at all. They worry about other motherfuckers more than they worry about their own goddamn people. So,
but they worry about their damn jobs. They worry about being able to still be a senator or a Republican or a representative or a congressman. So they care about that more than anything. So if they know the public, I think it were up to like 80-something% don't want to go to war on anything basically right now.
Oh, well, shit, but that don't mean nothing. I mean, 80+% of the people ain't want to go to war with Iraq, but we went there.
Yeah.
So,
I ain't gonna lie, the world's a better place than Saddam Hussein being around, but
back then
they didn't go for the reasons they went for.
Back then we were all in consensus, I think, because we were told a lie. We were fed a lie back then. I don't think we were in consensus. I think it was above 50% that were looking to go to war, because we didn't really. Somebody hurt us and we wanted to hurt somebody. I think it was an emotional thing. It was a good time to get us to go into a war. Like I said, it would take something like that again to get us to go to war.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel you on that. But that don't mean they ain't preparing to come over here to war us, man. Other countries hate us.
Hey, did y'all want to talk about one more thing? Somebody wanted us to talk about something in the comments.
What's that?
They wanted us to talk about Bungie killing Halo with Destiny.
Man, I didn't even reply to that stupid shit, man. That is
Bungie
idiotic.
killing Halo with Destiny.
That's irrelevant. We don't even need to speak on it.
We ain't gonna speak.
If you gotta ask that
That's
question,
dumb.
you already know the answer.
What does that even mean?
Hey, man,
is Bungie killing Halo with Destiny, and they don't even own Halo.
Hey, I just figure we're entertain the ponies for a minute. We give them so much hell.
But it's idiotic, though. It's stupid.
It is. It truly is. It truly is.
I really don't even understand it. I don't understand the question.
Do you really think they comparing Destiny to Halo? You get what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I'm gonna be on. Go ahead, T.
Now, I was just gonna say, a game that hasn't even launched, that nobody has even bought yet, is killing. I don't understand how that works.
How is it killing it?
Man, I be on Facebook and I see people day in and day night just oozing over this Destiny game, man. And I find it hilarious because I'm like, apparently y'all motherfuckers have never played Halo. Never in your life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying they the exact same game, but if you played one, you will not be busting a gut over the other. I played the Destiny beta on my cousin's house, and I was like, this shit is mediocre than a motherfucker.
You played what?
I played the Destiny beta.
My
cousin got the PlayStation.
I didn't even want to play that motherfucker.
I played it for a couple of hours, man. I was like,
A knockoff Halo?
I watched gameplay footage. I think I watched 20-30-minute gameplay footage of it. I mean, I guess it's okay. I didn't see anything special.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, I guess I wouldn't be the best to judge on that because I ain't give a fuck about Halo. But I mean, all of the busting the guts I'm seeing for it, I think are due to opposing fan bases finally getting the game from Bungie and you know how they like to hang stuff over people's heads.
But you know the crazy part about it, it's not even exclusive. You know what I'm saying? I can see what Sony took it over there and made it exclusive.
Yeah, the only thing that's exclusive is that the DLC content is going to be exclusive to them first.
Yeah, we the only ones who can play the new Halo. You know what I'm saying? Sony finally got a victory. Damn it.
Like what is that? That don't even make no sense.
Man,
If that's all you got to argue about or one up somebody over, what does that tell you about the state of your company you rep?
Exactly. Boy, it's looking real bad.
Like, I always wanted to know the answer to, because we all know Sony went from 120 billion into 17 or whatever it is now, $17 billion company in about 12 years. I always wondered how much of that is PlayStation, because that ain't all PlayStation. Sony is a
Yeah, they do a lot of
it has
things.
a lot of things going on. So how much of that money is actually the PlayStation
Yeah,
division?
I'd be curious to know. I'd like to see a report on that.
82%.
It would be I would like to know that. That would be cool to find out. But they ain't never gonna tell nobody that.
No.
Well, I just told you.
I'm not trying to troll. I was just wondering, like,
Yeah. I mean, that's a good question to ask. I'd like
because
to
you're looking at Nintendo. Nintendo, all of Nintendo is I think 17 billion as well, 18 billion, somewhere around there worth. And that's Nintendo only make games, so that's their whole deal.
Right.
So I was just trying to figure out what percentage of that 17 billion of Sony's total company actually goes to PlayStation brand. That's what I was trying to figure out.
That's something we're gonna have to look into and talk about the next time.
Yeah.
But y'all think it's about time to wrap this podcast up here?
Yeah, I think it's about time. Yeah, I think we about done. We didn't cover everything.
Pretty much.
Well, we're gonna go backwards this time. We're gonna go Screwface, Dark Holy, Mizzah Tee, and then C4. Go ahead.
Bye to the bad guy.
Good night.
All right, fools, tease out.
It's your boy C4. Share it with me, and I'm out.
This is your boy John, though. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Everybody, channel links will be down in the description, and we out. Later, people. Yeah. You know.